Good evening. As a duly designated representative of the city, county, and state of New York, I order you to cease any and all supernatural activity and return forthwith to your place of origin or to the next convenient parallel dimension. Today on Outside the Box Reviews, we are looking at the Funko Pop Vinyl Pop Movies figure number 105, and this is Dr. Raymond Stantz. And as far as these pop vinyl figures go, I'm seeing some very weird distribution with them. All these Ghostbusters appear to have launched at the same time, but the first place I saw them was at a Books-A-Million, where they had Venkman, Slimer, and Stay Puft. But they were missing the other two Ghostbusters that have been released, both Ray and Egon. I've only been able to find at places like Hot Topic and other specialty stores. Kind of weird that they're not shipping to Books-A-Million. I have no clue what that means or if that's just a weird coincidence. But I did actually manage to track this guy down at a used DVD shop, so let's take a closer look at him. As I said with Venkman, here with Ray, they really kind of somehow captured a Dan Aykroyd look without any expression. I mean, he just has the same blank eyes and nose that Venkman had. Even if I bring Venkman in, if you look at him from the eyes down, it's the same freaking facial expression. It's everything. It's identical. But to bring Ray to life, we do have his ghost goggles on here, very nicely detailed. Gigantic, because they are, of course, on his giant pop vinyl head. He's got his little ears off to the side. He's got his brown hair. He has a nice kind of fluffy bit up here at the top where it's kind of being pushed up by the goggles, and then it smooths out for the rest of it. Pretty nicely done. Come down here, we have his name patch on his uniform, khaki with the black undershirt. We got the elbow pads, we got the belt down here with some little device. I'm not quite sure what it is, it's kind of covered by his hand, but it does have a tube coming around the back to his proton pack, and once again, beautifully detailed. This one, of course, actually does have the wand attached to it. You can see that it was all the same sculpt for the backpack, and they actually just kind of glued the wand on there separately, but very nice looking. I think when all is said and done with these figures, that's my favorite detail, is how well they got the proton packs to look. One hand he has a little walkie-talkie, and in the other he has the ghost trap, which I think is really cool looking. Very nicely done. I do wish they would have had the yellow paint on top for the little hash lines on it, the caution lines, but I can understand why they didn't. And mine is actually a little crooked here. You can see the handle is actually tilted to the side, which is a bit of a bummer as well. We've got his boots down here, a little bit of paint slop around the back on them, but nothing horrible. Standard pop vinyl, single point of articulation at the neck. And overall, I feel the exact same way about this guy that I do about the Venkman figure. This is another solid entry in the line. I kind of feel like Funko should have just launched all these Ghostbusters as one set, and to be quite honest, I'm kind of starting to think I should have done them all as one review. I actually spaced it out because, as of recording the Venkman review, I did not actually have this guy in my possession. But I won't be surprised if one day they just have a giant set of all these figures. And I actually think there is a great possibility for some cool exclusives, as Funko loves to do with these figures. You could have a slimed version, or even just a translucent green. You could repaint the jumpsuit to make it look more like Ghostbusters 2. I think there could be some really neat variants on these little pop vinyl figures. As for Ray here, he does get a solid recommendation from me. Very cool, and I think once you have all 4 of your Ghostbusters lined up, or even all 3 if you go with the original group, you're gonna have a pretty cool little Ghostbusters display. Make sure you check me out on Instagram, username Outside the Box Reviews. Also check me out on Facebook, link below. And until next time, if there's something weird on YouTube, who you gonna call Outside the Box Reviews?